then you need to. All right. So good morning, everyone. My name is Brittany Moulton. I am the field marketing specialist up here in the Florida Panhandle. I cover all of the Florida Panhandle from Pensacola all the way to Panama City. I'm happy to enjoy my Wednesday morning with some beautiful faces. Looking forward to this class. Couple things. I'm going to start sharing my screen here in a moment. If somebody could pop off mute because I'm not going to have the chat right here, and just tell me that they can see my screen. Let's see what the chat says here. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
I can see you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. If you haven't already put your email in the chat, could you do that for me? Because this PowerPoint does have some live links for examples, and I want to be able to send it your way so you can use it for your marketing efforts. So at some point, just put your email in the chat, and then we will get started. All right, let me get prepared to share my screen. Thank you, Eva. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Hopefully. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, again, my name is Brittany Moulton. I'm the field marketing specialist here in the Pensacola, Northwest Florida Panhandle. I'm looking forward to our session today. It is called Beyond Facebook, and it's going to be exactly what it says. We're going to talk about the social media platforms that are available for you to use and how they can actually benefit your business. So, couple housekeeping, please mute your microphone unless you're asking a question. It's a pretty small class, so if you guys do have a question, just go ahead and pop off mute and stop me, or you can put some questions in the chat. I might not see them right away, but we will have a Q&A at the end, so I will get back to them and answer them for you. So some training and resources, this is why I needed your email in the chat, is there is live links here. So there's some really great links to how to, create a Facebook business page, Instagram for business, marketing with LinkedIn, YouTube 30 minutes, and intro to TikTok. So you can actually click these links and it'll send you to some videos that have already been recorded. These are going to be people all over the United States, a lot of trainers that have done these videos. So this is a great resource for everyone. So like I said, put your email in the chat and I will send you guys this PowerPoint at the end so you have this, but this is how you're going to get to them. So what other social platforms should you be using? This is the golden question. I get this asked probably once a day. A lot of agents are saying, I'm on Facebook. What other platform should I be using? So here's some demographics. So Facebook is going to be your age range of 25 to 34. Those are going to be your boomers, basically, we call them. That's why if you have any teenagers in your house, if they're calling you boomers, that's where they're getting it from. It's 43% female and 57% male. And the lifespan on Facebook on average per day, which is insane, it's 5 to 6 hours people spend on Facebook. If you have that app on your iPhone where it tells you your screen time, sometimes you can actually break it down to your apps. And I always love to see how much time I'm spending on these apps and wasting my life away. But I digress. Instagram, you're going to reach that demographic between 25 to 34 and 18 to 24. You're going to have 48% female and 52% male. The lifespan is 48 hours. That's a lot of time. YouTube, 15 to 25, 46% female, 54 male. LinkedIn, 25 to 34. And then you go down to TikTok, which the age range is 10 to 19, which is really insane. TikTok we will talk about today, but here we go. So popular social platforms for realtors. So this is a actual chart for you guys. So we need to go deep, not wide. So you've got Facebook is the #1 social media platform with 2.5 billion monthly users. It's got your larger reach and local ads. The cons are low reach, less feasible with youth. So if you have tried to run any Facebook advertising in the past, you know that we are in a special ad category. So sometimes it is kind of hard to actually run your ads on Facebook because we do have to follow fair housing. So Facebook can be challenging when trying to run your own ads, but thank goodness Coldwell Banker has some tools to help you, like HomeSpotter Boost, and Social Ad Engine. You've got Instagram with 1 billion users. So Instagram is going to be your #2 most wide-ranged social media platform, and it is owned by Facebook. It's got good insights, aesthetic, and it can cross-promote. The cons are time-consuming, stay relevant, no clickable links. Then you've got YouTube. You've got 2 billion monthly users, search engine reach, and it's time consuming. So YouTube, if you've ever tried to, keep up with a YouTube channel, it is very time consuming. You need to consistently be putting out new content that's engaging to get followers. You've got LinkedIn that has 600 million. This is more of like a networking expertise area. The cons are it's largely professional and you have to be active in groups, and we will talk about that. Twitter, you've got 300 million monthly users. Its pros are its SEO, which is search engine optimization. Its cons are it's overlooked and it's fast. So with Twitter just being acquired by Elon Musk and it's going to be going private, we're going to see some major changes with Twitter. So we'll look forward to seeing what's going to happen there. And then you have TikTok where you have 800 million users, and this is really trending content, laid back, and it's younger. The cons are it's young, fast, and messaging. So it's really hard to stay relevant in TikTok because things go viral every second. So why social media? Why should you be worried about this? I come from a background, if you sat in any of my classes, my dad was in real estate for 45 years. He was a manager with Coldwell Banker. So I talk about some of the old school things that we do, and social media was definitely not something that he had to focus on. But why do you need to focus on social media today? You need to stay top of mind. Social media is not an option these days. Your business needs to thrive, and the only way to do that is to show up on social media. Some buyers are utilizing social media to find their new home. Actually, a lot are. You are in the business that requires you to market yourself and your listings on social media. Nearly half, 47% of buyers and 55% of sellers indicate using social media to find agents. That's a lot. That's a huge chunk of individuals that are using social media to find their next realtor. Your social profiles are the best way to create authentic connection with your clients, future clients, and community. Something that I always say is that people work with people that they like, know, and trust. And the only way that they can really get an insight unless they meet with you face to face is to look at your social media profiles. So it's really important that your social media profiles are not all professional. You do want to keep a good mix of professional, but you also want to be authentic. You want people to know how they can connect with you. How can they relate with you? Do you guys have commonalities? Are you going to be able to speak into the space that they're walking through, right? So for instance, I'm a mom. I have 3 children. If I was looking to sell my home, I would want a realtor that had a family because they know the dynamics of what a family is looking for in a home. With 3 children, the things that I need in a home, right? I'm not going to obviously want, white everything. The white quartz, white cabinets, with 3 young children, white cabinets are a disaster and a nightmare. So I'm going to want someone that's going to know how to walk me through that. And the only way that you're going to be able to reach people if you're not seeing them face to face is through your social media and allowing them an insight into your personal life. So there's 3 types of content. We kind of touched on this. There's educational, the how-tos, the house buying and selling, community, lifestyle, decorating, tips and tricks, right? Then you've got your informational. So your market updates, your analysis, who you are, community updates, anything that has to do with real estate. And then you have entertaining. So you've got your holiday, personal, family, fun, etc., your hobbies, what you like to do on the weekend. And the goal of content is really to get people to stop scrolling, to stop and to start consuming your content and not skip over you and find someone else too. So what I tell people when we talk about social media, I sit with a lot of agents and they say, Brittany, where do I start? Well, you want to start where you're going to give something to somebody that they're not going to get anywhere else. So I love this community updates, having what's going on in your community, family activities, things that are going on, community calendar. We've done local business spotlight, right? So you want information on your social media page that people can't get anywhere else. So you want to have something that you can give that people are going to stop scrolling and stick onto your page. We call it sticky content. Instagram. So Instagram is a great platform and we're going to talk through it. Instagram is owned by Facebook. It was designed for mobile use. So if you've noticed, you can't really do a lot on Instagram on your website, on your desktop because it's not a website for your desktop. It's mainly an app for your phone. The intention is that users would take photos on their mobile devices and upload them instantly. So that's why it's called Instagram, right? It's an instant upload. It's visually based with some emphasis on image and video filters and enhancements. Recently, Instagram has launched Reels to kind of keep up with TikTok. And Reels are the latest and greatest on Instagram. So if you're using Instagram, Reels is where it's at. You can share from Instagram to Facebook in the app or on Meta's business Facebook suite. So if you have your Facebook business page connected to your Instagram, you can cross-pollinate, meaning you can post on your business page and your Instagram instantly. Just like other social networks, you can interact with users by following them, being followed by them, commenting, liking, tag it, and there is DM, so you can actually direct message people. How to grow your account organically using hashtags. So hyperlinked terms are good because they are good for SEO, right? So we use hashtags strictly for SEO. People are following hashtags on Instagram. They're searching for hashtags on Instagram. So you should be putting hashtags in all your posts on Instagram. And you should be using high profile hashtags. So for instance, if you're selling in my market, you'd want to use buy or sell in Pensacola, right? That's probably a pretty popular hashtag. But then you're also going to want to have unique hashtags to yourself. So I would want to say hashtag Brittany sells Pensacola or hashtag Brittany the realtor, or however I choose my hashtags. You're going to want a good mix of really popular hashtags where there's going to be a lot of great content, but you're only going to be seen quickly because so many people are using that hashtag. And then you're going to want unique hashtags. So there's a lot of really great things that you can do with hashtags, but remember, people are searching hashtags and people are using hashtags. So you need to be using them too. You can always Google too, hashtags. So if you don't know where to start, just Google the popular hashtags on Instagram or the popular hashtags for real estate, and it'll give you a list of trending. Areas on Instagram. So there's a little diagram here. I can't take credit for this PowerPoint. One of our amazing field marketing managers down south made this PowerPoint, and I have ruthlessly stole it and redone it. So she did a really great job, and I didn't have to fix too much. But for instance, on the right-hand side, you can see Instagram. This is what your feed looks like. So this is if you were to sign in, you already have an account. This is going to be your feed. You've got the little square at the top where it shows you your stories, the little circles, those last for 24 hours. So think about those as, your throughout the day, you get a cup of coffee, you take a picture, you put it in your story. Then you've got your posts and your videos in your feed. So these are going to be more calculated, right? So you can see here, this lovely lady has her 2 children. That's a feed post. So it's a picture of her and her family. Those are going to be things that you want to last on your page for a very long time. And then you've got the Reels. So the Reels is a newer thing. So if you haven't been on Instagram very long, Reels is new. So that's going to be where all the videos are housed. DM me for new followers or reach out. So the DM is going to actually be at the top, that little tiny little arrow looking thing. There's going to be DMs in there. And then the little heart up there is going to be your favorites. And then the little plus sign with the square is going to be how you would add. And when you click that plus sign, it's going to ask, do you want to add a story, a feed, or a post? I'm sorry, a story, a post, or a reel. Then you have commenting versus contenting. So you can comment on people's posts, and then you can actually direct message people for their stories. And then for contenting, Reels is going to be where contenting comes into play. So there's some Instagram coaches that you can follow. Instagram for real estate is Chelsea Peets, and then you have Jasmine Star General. So like I said, this PowerPoint is a live link. So if you'd like the PowerPoint at the end of class, I will be emailing it out. So please put your email in the chat. So an Instagram post. So this kind of just breaks it down. If you look at the number 1 diagram, this is what I was telling you, the plus button. It's going to pull up, what would you like to do? Do you want to add a post? Do you want to add a story? Do you want to add a reel? Or do you want to go Instagram live? So Instagram live is going to be just like Facebook. You can add people in it and do a live together, but it's going to be similar to Facebook. The only difference is it will go away after 24 hours. Number 2, when you go to add a post, so this is if you were actually going to post something onto your Instagram page, it's going to ask you if you want multiple pics. You see that little, it has a picture and then it has multiple behind it. That's how you would actually add a multiple pic, or like a reel is what we would call it. There's multiple pics. And then at the bottom, it's circled. It says post, story, reel, or live. That's where you can toggle back and forth what you're trying to do. So if you decide, actually, this #1 in America is not a post, it should actually really be a story, then that's how you would click it. Then if you look over to the right, it has the filters. So once you decide that you're going to do a post, it will allow you to customize your filter if you want to add a filter. And then all the way to the right on #4, this is where you would actually write your post. So you could write, join the #1 brokerage in America, hashtag CB, hashtag Coldwell Banker Realty, hashtag #1 brokerage, right? Hashtag Brittany Pensacola, right? Whatever you wanted to say. You can also tag someone and add a location. And then it says post to other Instagram accounts. So this person has 2 Instagram accounts linked together. So you can either toggle that on and say yes or no. And then she also looks like she has more. You can see there's multiple Instagram accounts, as well as Facebook. So she can turn on that post to post it onto Facebook from Instagram. So normally when you are posting on Instagram, you can always post it onto Facebook. For Facebook, you can do the same, but you have to do it from the Meta suite, the business Facebook suite. So it's easier to post from Instagram to Facebook. Instagram, your profile. So your profile is your bio that people see when they open up your page. So the example here that we have is Move Me Talks. So this is someone that you could come and look at. Complete your bio and information. So you're going to want to put in there, you know, who you are, where you're located. So your bio might say, hers says Katie Day, Houston Realtor. She's a real estate agent. And then it says the move. That's her hashtag that she has. And then she's a team at the Real Brokerage, residential real estate team servicing Houston, Texas. And she works with Movement Team. So if you click that link that she has there, she's actually linked in her link tree. You can only have one link in your bio and Instagram. So a lot of influencers and a lot of people that use Instagram, they use a free service called Linktree, where you can actually link multiple links in one link. So if you were to click on that link, it's going to open up a bunch of links and it'll say like her website, her Facebook page, her Twitter, her LinkedIn. Maybe it's linking to different properties or different areas. So that's how you would do that. So make yourself stand out. What do you offer your followers, right? Use emojis. Emojis are very friendly in Instagram, and Instagram loves emojis. As you can see at the bottom, you have story highlights. So we talked about stories, how they go away 24 hours. So I love Instagram a lot because it actually has a lot of features of other social media platforms. And how I kind of break it down is if you think about the stories are like Snapchat. You can snap someone, it goes away in 24 hours. Instagram has that, right? Instagram has Reels now, which is just like TikTok. Instagram has a feed, just like Facebook, right? So it's trying to cater to all the different platforms to make it a one-stop shop. So the story highlight. So if you have a story that you want to keep, you can place them into a highlight. So you can see this Katie, she has multiple highlights. She has Houston, Noodle, KOTD, workouts, the team, and then home tour. So she's got multiple highlights where she's saving her stories into her highlights. So to put a story in a highlight, you have to post it on your story first. So remember that you can't just make these highlights and then add stories into them. It has to have already happened, or you have to continuously be working at it. So what I suggest for realtors is having a highlight for each of the areas that they service, having a personal one, right? So she's got one for workout. So maybe you do one for your family. And then maybe you're a cooker, right? Maybe you have a recipe highlight, or maybe it's a beach. We love the beach up here, so I go to the beach all the time. So in my highlights, I do have a beach highlight because we go to the beach so often. So just think about strategically what you would want in your highlights. You can have 100 stories in your highlights, so just think about that as well. So be strategic. And then you can just keep adding. As you can see here, her highlights look really good. They're very syndicated and they're very synchronized. That's because she probably used something like Canva to make her highlights, the covers. And you could do the same. Now we have our Instagram kind of feed right here, and also videos. So you've got your carousel, multiple pictures. We've kind of already talked about that. And then you can see the reel, the short form video right there too. So you've got reels that are going to be short. They're going to be like 30 seconds to a minute. And then you've got IGTV. So IGTV is almost like YouTube, where you can watch a longer video. So you can watch up to like a 10-minute video on Instagram too. So there's lots of fun things to do in Instagram. So before I moved into LinkedIn, I am going to pause and see if there are any questions in the chat, because I know Instagram, there's a lot to it. So let me go into the chat here. Perfect. Just emails. Does anyone have any questions as I move forward? No? Okay, awesome. If you just jumped on because there are more people than when I started, please put your email in the chat, because a lot of my PowerPoint slides actually do have a live link, and I want to be able to send you this PowerPoint so you can use it for reference.
Actually, Brittany, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you mentioned that highlight part, you said like you have to be already posted your story and then choose like an area of highlight, right? So if that story only meant to stay for 24 hours, how do you expect it to stay in highlight for longer? Is that going to stay?
Yeah, that's a good question. You have to add the story to the highlight for it to stick. So the story would have to be something that you recently posted, like today, to put it in a highlight. So you can't go back in time, if that makes sense.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yep, so that's how you get your stories to stay on your feed, is putting them in a highlight.
But you have to set up the different areas of highlights before you make the post.
Correct.
Before you post the story, right?
Correct. So what I would do is I would set up all your highlights and then just have them there. They might not have anything in them yet, but then as you continue to build upon your Instagram, you can start putting content in them as you post stories.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, great question. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, moving on to LinkedIn, one of my favorite platforms. LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. So you can see on the right-hand side, Stacy has her feed pulled up on her phone for LinkedIn. This is more for connecting with professional people, some of your preferred partners, vendors. LinkedIn is designed to really just connect professionals, job seekers, and business in mind. So it's considered business focused. It's a powerful, and it specifically lies in the power of networking. So LinkedIn has a really great thing called groups that you can start joining. So what I would do if I were you, if you're not on LinkedIn, go ahead and make yourself a profile and start getting into some of the groups, right? So for instance, there's some great marketing groups that you can get tips and tricks for your real estate business, but there's also a lot of developers that are in some of these groups, and there's people seeking real estate forms, real estate questions, and get into those groups and kind of start getting in there and reading and see what people are saying. If you can be the expert and start answering questions, then you're going to be the go-to person that they call. So it provides people and organizations with opportunities to grow their business, reach out, and link themselves in a vast community. Will somebody mute theirself? I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. Just want to make sure you can hear me. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so you can use the platform to join the groups like we talked about, collect information. So there are lots of information that you can collect on LinkedIn. You can find events in your area, share articles and visual content, and show your expertise and contribute. The key thing is contribute, right? If you're not contributing anything on LinkedIn, you're not going to get anything from LinkedIn. So it's really joining those groups, contributing, being a great expert, giving your knowledge, seeking knowledge. And I do see a lot of agents out there that do share their, listings on there, or if they're seeking buyers or seeking sellers, right? But this is going to be more of a networking / sharing your information. So your LinkedIn profile looks like a supercharged resume that lets you showcase your expertise and experience. So make sure that you have all of your expertise in there. So you're going to want your designations in there, any volunteer work that you do, any organizations you're involved in. Think about it as your live resume. So it should be something that it's ever evolving. You're working towards new CREs, new credits, new certifications every single day in your business. So you're going to want to make sure that you're always updating your LinkedIn. This is going to be something that you're going to want to put some work into. Set up your profile. So when you first join LinkedIn, you set up a profile as you, not a company. So that's something that a lot of people ask. You're not a company, you're an individual. You will be able to build out a company page later after you set up your profile. Build your network. So go slow, connect carefully and mindfully on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn isn't like Facebook where you may have met this person or this person, or you got 25 mutual friends, so you should be friends. You want to present value to those that you're networking with, and vice versa, right? Like you want to get stuff out of LinkedIn too. This can be a great learning opportunity for you. Become socially active. It is essential that you take advantage of the social aspect of the social network. Share articles, news, blogs, and videos. So it's essential that you're giving on this platform as well. Join groups. This is the one thing, if I could tell you to do anything, join groups. Groups are discussion forums on LinkedIn that share some common understanding, like Alumni Network for Realtor Group. There's a ton of realtor groups. There's a ton of investor groups, real estate. Get in those groups, see what they're saying, and get connected. All right. Oh, on the bottom there, it's saying the difference between connecting and following. So connecting would be that you're actually friends, and following is you're just following them to see their information. The other person will have to accept you if you're connecting. So it's like a Facebook friend request. Following would just be like Twitter, where you're following someone on Twitter. LinkedIn is a great way to stay up to date with the industry happenings in your area and around the world. The feed and the trending news categories of the site, you can take stock of the top news stories in your industry and stay up to date with the latest from your professional connections, including prospective leads. So this is a great place to get information that's going on, up-to-date news in the industry. So it's very industry focused if you make it be. Don't hesitate to like, comment, and interact with particularly noteworthy or relevant content. This can be a great way to establish your voice and increase your visibility on the platform. So engage, right? These people are putting this content out. Give them a follow, give them a like, engage. Look at the comments, see what people are asking. There's a lot of times where I'll go on to another realtor's, informational page, and they'll post something really great, and they haven't even responded to any of the comments. So there's people asking them questions and they're not responding. So respond, give them the information, be the wealth of knowledge. You're not stealing anyone away, but you're being a knowledgeable. That way they can call you if they have any questions. All right, so this is what it looks like on the desktop view. So if you're on LinkedIn on your desktop, your profile is going to be on the right-hand side, where it's going to show you, obviously, we're looking at Stacy's. The business page right there, that's going to be her pages that she's in and working on. And maybe she's also a moderator or has business. She's got her groups on the right. So those are the groups that she interacts with. So she's in a lot of social media manager schools. She's got a lot of, obviously she's in marketing, so she's going to be in a lot of marketing groups. Then she's got events. So any events that are happening in the area or around that she might be interested in. And then she's got her followed hashtags. So these are the hashtags that Stacy is following, that she's interested in and that she wants to look at. So she can click on those and it will show all the information that is in those hashtags. Then to the right, you have her feed. So this is going to be everybody that's posting. This is going to be her latest and greatest. It's sorting on the right there. You can see it sorting by top. You can sort it by latest if you'd like to. And then Stacy can start a post, either a photo, video, event, or write an article. To the right, she's got her LinkedIn news. So that's going to be what's trending, the latest news. It's pulling from all the news articles here that are on LinkedIn. At the top, you can see you have the home button, my network, jobs, messaging, notifications, and me. So my network is going to be who you're networking with, your network that you have connected with. Jobs is going to be if you're seeking a new job, which you're probably not because you're a realtor and you have great flexibility. Then you have notifications. So if anybody has interacted in any of your notifications, then you can click on that and it will have all of your feed interactions. If you posted something, any likes or shares. That Me button is a drop down where you can edit your profile and do other settings, and then work is going to be the same. So you can have regular LinkedIn and have a great interaction, and then you can have LinkedIn Premium. Premium is usually for more business owners that are looking for great potential hires, where they can see who's looking at their LinkedIn, who's interacting. For right now, if you've never used LinkedIn, you'll be fine with the regular free LinkedIn. The Premium is going to give you just more capabilities. LinkedIn examples. So these are two that you'll be able to click through and look at when I send you the PowerPoint. You've got two really great LinkedIn profiles that you can kind of take a look at. You can see that the one on the left has 15,400 followers and 500 plus connections. So he's got a really great following. And then you have Anita Clark on the right who has 500 plus connections. Any questions about LinkedIn before I move into YouTube? I'm going to check the chat on my phone, see if you guys have any questions. I don't think there is, and apologize for the background noise. I'm in an office today. Okay, just got some emails. All right, so moving on to YouTube. YouTube is a search engine and social platform. So people use YouTube to search. They don't even go to Google anymore. They search in YouTube. I use YouTube all the time. Like I told you guys earlier, I have 3 children. They love YouTube. We watch kids play with toys. It's ridiculous. It's owned by Google. YouTube is the second most visited website and the second most used social platform. So think of, Facebook as number 1, obviously, YouTube is number 2, and Instagram is coming up there. Video content that has taken over the world, and we're the best to market your videos in the world's largest video search engine, right? So video is king. If you're not doing video, then you are behind. And I'm going to be a little harsh in saying that because video is king. All of the platforms are giving you extra kudos. I'll call it extra kudos for video because they really like the fact that you're keeping people on the platform, right? So the goal of social media platforms is to keep somebody there. And the more video they consume, the longer they spend on the platform. So video is always going to be best. YouTube is for real estate agents. They can generate thousands of new leads for the real estate business through videos, right? So we're not just talking video walkthroughs. We're talking about really great contented videos that has a mix between educational, informative, and getting to know that person. According to a 2021 report, 95% of 18 to 29-year-olds and 91% of 30 to 49-year-olds in the US use YouTube. That's a lot. 95 to 91% of people are on YouTube. That's insane. The younger generation isn't the only one that uses the platform. 1 in 3 baby boomers go on YouTube to learn more about product or service. I can't tell you how many times my mom has called me and said, hey, how do I do this? I said, it's on YouTube. I'll send you the link. So I send her links to YouTube all the time because it's just easy. There's how-to videos for everything, right? How to fix your fridge, how to fix your TV, how to fix a fan, heck, I think you can make a bomb on YouTube. Like there's just everything that you can do on YouTube. It can be dangerous, right? But using YouTube to your advantage by leveraging that platform is great. To set up your channel, you're going to keep it really simple, right? Keep your name, keep it you, keep it Brittany Moulton Realtor, right? Or keep it Brittany Moulton Sells Pensacola. Whatever your domain name is, I would keep it similar to that. You're about you, who you are, and how you can help, right? What are your services? What do you offer? Header image is going to be your channel is about, so it probably should be a picture of you or real estate. Your profile image is going to be your headshot. Channel trailer description is 60 to 120 seconds. This is just going to be pretty much a trailer about what your YouTube channel is about. So it would be, if I was doing one, it would say, hi, I'm Brittany Moulton. I'm going to help you with all your real estate marketing needs. Follow me for more tips and tricks. Done, right? So same thing would be for you. Keyword research, find out what people are searching. Use Google. You can Google anything, right? You can Google what people are searching for, especially in that real estate category. You're going to want to see what people are searching for. What's the main searches for real estate? Focus on keywords that relate to your local market, particularly ones that include your city's name. So I would use Pensacola. Use a YouTube search bar for paid app, i.e. TubeBuddy. So this is getting more into the nitty gritty. I'm not going to really touch on this because it's going to get really into the weeds, but I'm going to leave it here. It's on the right-hand side. She has some examples. You've got TubeBuddy.com on the right. It's a live link. And then you've got the keywords everywhere. She gave you a link too for some keywords. So again, put your email in the chat if you want this PowerPoint. Choose other topics of interest. 5 best waterfront restaurants in the city. How to sell your name in the city. Think local. Or maybe you do tours, right? Maybe you go and you review all of the best restaurants in your area, or you go to all the events in your area along with a good mixture of homes that you're touring, or, what I see a YouTube channel about, if you want to be in that luxury space, you got to start touring those luxury homes. Go ask some of your fellow realtors in your office that they have some luxury properties that they would be willing for you to tour and do a video on. You're going to need permission, and go showcase those onto your YouTube channel, right? Use those as leverage. Get in that luxury space. YouTube would be a great place for you to start. Here is the YouTube feed. So we're using that Katie Day. You can see she has a 3.245 thousand subscribers. That's a lot. You can actually get Design Concierge to make you that top where hers says Movement Talks, your Houston Realtor team. Design Concierge will actually design you one for yourself for your YouTube channel. And then she's got her featured video, probably her most liked and seen video is going to be showing first. And then she's got all of her videos down below. You can use Canva. You can see that she's got all the different types of no car, Houston floods, want to buy or rent, right? She's got her thumbnails with her picture on it. She probably uses Canva to create those, and you can too. So here's YouTube. So we'll use Katie Day as an example. So this is one of her, it's probably her bio right here. So copy and paste for each description. She's got, are you planning on moving to Houston? Tune into this video for the top pros and cons. She's got thinking about buying, explore your markets here. She's got a ton of links, what to watch next, follow her on social media, and all her information. So you can just copy and paste this in each of your video descriptions. Surely she does not type this out every time. She copies and pastes, so she doesn't have to make a new post every time. But the top part, you can see that's what the video is going to be about. Are you planning on moving to Houston, Texas? Tune into this video for pros and cons. That was a very quick overview of YouTube. Does anyone have any questions? You guys are quiet. Okay, good. All right, so moving on to TikTok, my favorite social media platform personally, not really for real estate business, but because I love to aimlessly scroll through TikTok and watch funny videos about cats and animals. So I spend a lot of time on TikTok. TikTok, short form video sharing app that allows users to share 15, 30, and 60-second videos on any topic, and they are going up to more, so you can go up to a minute, and even longer now. They're going to start allowing longer videos. It will give your business access to an audience other platforms do not have and can tell your story in a relatable way. It's laid back and fun. I love TikTok. I'll be honest with you, we don't have a lot of data on the ROI for TikTok. The algorithm is very different than any other social media platform out there. The Chinese own TikTok, so it's going to be very different than a lot of the other apps that we talked about previously. But that being said, it's a really fun way to get in front of, potential people that could be in the market to buy. And a lot of people say a lot of young people are on TikTok. I'll be honest with you. I'm 32 years old. I've bought 3 homes. I'm on TikTok. So you're going to find those nuggets. You're also you could go viral very fast and for no rhyme or reason, right? So there's really not a rhyme or reason of what is good content, what is not. But you do have to be consistent on TikTok to really see an ROI. And that means spending a lot of time on this platform. There are some 3 right here that are some good real estate ones to follow just to kind of see what they're doing. A lot of agents use TikTok and they repurpose their TikTok videos into Instagram Reels or vice versa. So you don't have to keep making multiple videos. You kind of just dice them and use them on each platform. So where do you begin? The question you all are asking in your mind right now, where do I begin? Who is your ideal client? What is your niche? Where are all those people? Are they online? How much time can you dedicate to posting? And what kind of content do you want to post? These are questions you really have to think about when you're business planning, right? Have you picked your farm area? Do you know where your ideal client lives? If so, then you probably know about the behaviors of your ideal client, right? So if your ideal client is someone in their 50s or older, these platforms might not be where it's at. You might want to stick to Facebook, right? If you have a younger first-time home buyer generation, you're going to want to be on Instagram. You're also probably going to want to be on TikTok. But the best advice I can give you is master one, and then start adding on, right? Quality is better than quantity. You're not going to get a lot of ROI if you're not putting the time and effort into it. So if you can only commit to Facebook and you can commit to doing it really well, then do it. If you can add on Instagram, add on Instagram. Slowly but surely, as you build your business, you'll start to see what actually works and the ROI behind it. What content do you want to post? There's a lot of great resources. We're going to talk about those in a minute. But I would say a really great mix between, obviously, we've already talked about this, educational, informative, and personal. And how much time can you dedicate to posting, right? So for instance, on Instagram, they say that you should be posting a story on your Instagram 7 times a day. That's a lot. Can you commit to that, right? Can you commit to doing it well? Research and planning more. Commit to at least 2 social media platforms to post on a regular basis. Start with Facebook and then grow on to Instagram, just what I said. Develop a social media marketing plan for posting that includes a weekly, monthly schedule. There's some schedules out there you can Google for content calendars that will help you with, hey, on this day you should post this. And then you can start, planning it out. Use Meta Business Suite publishing tool to post on Facebook and Instagram. And you can actually publish posts out for the whole month if you wanted to using that. You can also use Buffer, Later, Promo, Republic, Hootsuite. Those are all platforms that will help you manage all of these social media platforms. They allow you to post and schedule some linked to Canva. Start following other people in real estate, social influencers, businesses in your local area, and comment on their posts, right? So marketing is all about stealing somebody else's work and making it your own. I mean, that's what marketing is. So you need to see what other people are doing and what's working, tailor it to you. Social resources. So here's some resources. The first one that you have with Coldwell Banker is BrandServe. So this is found on my CV desk. It's called BrandServe. It's a tile. It's got social media items ready to download to Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You can use, they have stories, they have video, there's posts ready for you to just download and post, but you have a ton of resources in BrandServe. So you could post all the holiday ones, schedule all those out for the year, as well as other informative ones that are in BrandServe. We're also constantly putting new content in BrandServe, so you have lots of stuff to go through. Here's some social resources that she's linked for you for Facebook to take a look at. These are people that you could follow to see what they're doing. So social resources for Instagram. Again, these are all linked. So I will send you this PowerPoint so you can follow these people and start looking. Here's some YouTube people to start following as well to give you some tips and tricks. And then there's private Facebook groups that you can join that you can get some digital savvy agent tools, tips, and tricks from. Here's some more resources. There is some videos that you can come and look at that are already done. I linked my YouTube channel in the chat. So there are some other videos that I've done on Canva. There's other videos I've done on your niche market if you don't already have that. So these are some videos that you can watch to just kind of, sharpen your axe in your toolbox. And then you can also contact your local field marketing specialist or manager for a one-on-one meeting. So if you're in my metro, I'd be happy to sit down with you and talk about social media, but you have that resource available to you as well. And I'm going to open it up to any questions. That concludes my PowerPoint. And again, if you put your email in the chat, I will email you the PowerPoint at the end and open it up to questions. Looks like some people are typing. Great info to get started. Yep. Thank you. Got some typies. Thank you. No problem. Thank you for joining my class. I don't have any questions. Thank you so much. Awesome. Great class. Tons of info. Just want to say thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. Thanks for joining my class. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining my class today. Once everybody gets off the meeting, I know sometimes, as agents, you get distracted and you walk away from your desk and you forget your Teams is open. Go ahead and exit the meeting. The recording will be available and it will be on my YouTube, and I will email you guys all the PowerPoint. And you'll have my information if you have any questions or need anything at all. And if that is all and nobody has any questions, I hope everybody has a great, great, great Wednesday. And I look forward to seeing you in one of my classes in the future. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Brittany. Bye.
Thank you.